Hello, hello, and we're live for the third test stream, trying to see if we can get chat to actually work. So, we'll see how that goes. Things running a little slow. Okay, seems like that doesn't want to behave still. Switch that over to live chat. One moment. Hello? Okay, still trying to get chat to work. Let's see. Oh, this is frustrating. Okay, so we've got the live here. Man, the amount this slows down is crazy. I really need to set up that other computer. Just finding time to do anything. It's been kind of wonky lately. Hmm. I'm skipping tons of frames. Jeez. What is going on? Is this computer really having that hard of a time? Let's see. Yep, there we go. Light. I do not like this. I do not like how much this is bogged down. What in the heck? I don't have a ton of stuff running. Hey, Panda Girl. I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting um, so much stream lag and why the chat isn't showing up. I think I have the wrong Yuri for the chat. Are you on a phone or on a computer? Because if you're on a computer, you can pop out the chat and tell me what the URL for the chat is. But if you're on a phone, I don't know if that's even really a thing that can be done. And something is just eating up a lot of processing. Try closing some browser windows, see if that helps any. This thing is just seizing. Why am I getting so many system interrupts? That's so strange. I have Discord running? I thought I stopped Discord earlier. Well, that should make a difference. Discord eats up a ton of processing in the background. I was going to finish the cubeimajigs and oh, apparently clearing Discord made a big difference. It still doesn't solve chat. We're trying to figure out how to get chat to show up on the overlay and finishing up the cubeimajigs from last time. Yeah, I don't need that window. And if there's enough time, like I only have about an hour and a half to stream today. if there's enough time, I will be working on one of my Pauper decks. Google it. Yeah, I did. The instructions that I got on Google, and the ones that I got on the tutorials, I followed and I did what I was supposed to on those, but it's not showing up on the overlay. So I don't know if you can see on the left third of the screen, or yeah, left third of the screen. There's a chat on there, or on the screen itself, but nothing showing up in it, which makes me think that I'm pointing to the wrong chat URL. But while I'm recording, my computer is just having a hard time. So while we wait for YouTube to stop crashing or for my browser to stop crashing every few seconds, we will get to Cubimajig. It's really just going unresponsive for every single thing, isn't it? That's so weird. Which is then causing the stream to lag. That's frustrating. Almost makes me wonder if I should just capture the OBS live chat instead of doing it as a URL. Huh. Maybe I can do it as a window capture? Yeah, it was skipping 60% of frames. Which is just weird. Slash at specs. Yeah, if I can get the video ID of the live stream, it should update. And start pulling in the correct video, but it doesn't look like it's doing that yet. And when I try to pull up YouTube on another browser, it just crashes. So I don't know what's going on there. Am I doing pack openings? Sort of. We're opening reusable booster packs from Cubamajigs and putting them in the boxes that go with them. So I don't know if you've caught any of the other streams or the opening of these. These are reusable booster packs for doing cubes, for like vintage cubes, stuff like that. Bring them out. They're made out of plastic. They've got these cool. They've got a really cool design where they've got like this tab that you pop, and then you can put sleeved cards in it. So, like for instance, got some of the art cards there. It holds like 30 unsleeved cards, or like 20 single sleeve and 15 double sleeve, something like that. Let's see if it works with penny sleeves. Penny sleeves are a lot looser, so it sort of works with penny sleeves. Yes, we are hoping to move to that model. I didn't even know that was a thing until recently. So I have a Patreon set up so that we can do that. I need to figure out how exactly that works from some of the other channels, or we can figure it out. But yeah, if you guys want me to want to send over money for me to buy packs and then open them and ship them to you, I can definitely do that. I literally just found out about that like 2 days ago. So that is absolutely something we can do. Did you have something in mind that you wanted to set up, or can I sell the reusable packs? Currently, they are sold by a company called Cardimajigs. I have no idea what the pricing is because I got these through Kickstarter. But I would love to have a like either a sponsorship or some kind of promo code to give to you guys with them. I'm actually going to make a note of that and reach out to them today. Hit Point Press is the company that actually makes them. That's Hit Point, so HITPOINTPRESS.com. Just like packing openings and wanted to know if you could open one for me. Yeah, I mean, we can definitely do that. Also, the channel as a whole, if you click on the channel itself, I put out 3 shorts every day of opening packs, and then also I do a long form video, which generally is either a box or a bundle. You see packs back there. The stuff down here, these are actually empty packs for my pack wrapper collection. Do I have any packs with an arm's reach? I do, actually. Here we go. Like, I've got some packs from Unstable right here. These are going to be in shorts pretty soon. But before we open any packs, I do need to finish getting through the Cubamajigs. But the other cool thing about these is that you can get them with different art on them. These are different land arts, so that's a whole thing. But they come in packs of 10, and the boxes, which have a different name. I just had the piece in front of me. So the boxes are called Potomajigs because they're supposed to be for doing like cube pods. I'll look out for when you set up the pack opening. Yeah. I'll definitely be making a announcement on the community page. But like, I can grab a couple of packs and open some packs on stream today if that's what everyone really wants to do. I need to get these finished, broken down, and put into the boxes so that I can get them out of my office. So, let's see, how do I want to do this? Do that there. Those two there. Those two there. That, and then that. And that to there. We have right to left indexing. Cool. All right. People always sleep at nighttime. Try at 4 to 6 p.m. Maybe people would come. Oh yeah, no, for the boys, like, dude, don't worry about it. I open stuff on the channel all the time. That's what the normal videos are for. So I'm opening stuff every day, so you don't have to worry about that. So also part of this is figuring out exactly how I can stream on this stuff. That's why this is a test stream instead of an official stream. Because like as you can see, the chat overlay on, or the chat on the overlay isn't working. I'm getting huge amounts of rendering lag, like it's and encoding. Well, actually, it's encoding lag, not rendering lag, but it's a whole thing. What's funny is I'm not getting any dropped frames from network, so that's a good sign. It's just my computer is losing its mind. I don't know what ALR means. Yeah. But yeah, so we've got 3 more Potomajigs to fill up. The other reason I need to get these knocked down is I had 70 of these, I think. Maybe 60. And they take up a lot of space. But once you put them in the Cubamajigs, they only, or the Potomajigs, they only take up as much space as the Potomajig. So it's the whole thing. And they've got beautiful art all around them. So that is also a thing. Actually, I will put the URLs for the hashtag not sponsored, by the way. Let's see. Thing jig.com. That's one of their sites. And then hitpointpress.com. And last, oh, apparently Candy Girl, I have multiple ones that are 30 to 45 minutes. I have that's my long form videos. And the last one is Cube Jig. These are the 4 sites for the for this company. So they make really cool stuff. And I make nothing off of them. So just spreading the love to them because they have a really cool product that I really like. You can also get ones that match, like these. Like all of the Potomajigs, they make corresponding Cubamajigs to go with them. So that's the whole thing. And a fantastic little design feature that they did with their packaging. This slip band is a perfect place to cut the plastic, so that you don't have to worry about cutting the box itself. I will warn you, these are not cheap. The Cubamajigs themselves are like $1 or $1.50 per pack, and they come in packs of 10. And then the Potomajigs, I think, were like $40 or $50, something like that. Granted, that was also Kickstarter pricing, so I have no idea if that is still the case. It's just how it was, at the very least, when I got them. Is there a squirrel art card? Yes, there are. There are squirrel art cards and squirrel tokens. I've got a few dozen different ones overall. There's also squirrels in Magic. Let's see. I thought I had one within arm's reach, but I don't see one. Let's see. Maybe there's... I don't think there were any squirrels in Dominant. Oh, yeah, there were. So, squirrel. Oop. No. Oh. That just went everywhere. Let's see. Squirrel. How much sealed do I buy a day? As far as day, I'm not sure, but each set that comes out, I try to buy at least a case of boosters, a collector's box if they have them, and then I buy 4 of each commander deck as they come out. I don't actually play commander, oddly enough, but I do play legacy and vintage rather often. Well, rather often, it's a bit of an overstatement there. I enjoy legacy and vintage quite a bit. I don't get to play it as much as I would like because there are not a whole lot of paper events for it, but I do try to keep up with releases so that I don't have to try and hunt something down. A really good example would be Kappa Cannoneer. Am I a distributor? No, I am an individual collector. This is also not my day job. My day job has nothing to do with Magic. Normally, I work in data security and data architecture. In other words, I work in IT normally. And I also own a computing solutions business, which I do every now and then. I haven't had a lot of business since the pandemic. Do I buy from a distributor? I mostly buy from my LGS, which is here in High Point, North Carolina. It's a place called Gaming Underground. They have a website which is gamingundergroundllc.com, and it's run by a couple of guys that I've known for a very long time. And before they owned the store, the location was another store called DJ's Cards and Stuff that closed down almost 15 years ago now. But it was a place that I played when I was younger. But that's here in High Point, North Carolina. Which is known as the furniture capital of the world. Because a lot of furniture is designed, at the very least designed here. It's not really made here as much as it used to be. Oh wow. That one got beat up. Good thing these all have these protective plastic peel things on them. I just don't have the patience to remove all that right now. It'd probably be a very satisfying video to just go through and peel all those, but I find it tedious. So I generally don't. Yeah, it just got bumped around in shipping. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna mess with it. Oh, thank you, Panda Girl. Yeah, so about, let's see, what year is it? It's 2023. Yeah, so about 15 years ago, I also owned a small card shop, and did a lot of, excuse me, did a lot of business with distributors, but I got out of that about 12 years ago. That was also in a completely different state. Well, thank you, Porta Boys. I really appreciate that. Cool, glad you support your LGS, dude. I'm currently working a low-end paying job, looking for something better. I mainly play Commander, but can't afford it all right now. Dude, honestly, with the way they've been releasing things, I can barely keep up. And I've basically given up on keeping up with Secret Lairs. So up to this point, I'd been buying 4 of each Secret Lair, sometimes more, and then a case of each set as it came out. Sometimes 2 or 3 cases, depending on the set. Like Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, I bought 2 cases of set boosters, a set of draft boosters, a case of collector's boosters, a case of theme boosters, which I almost never buy. 8 of the commander decks, all that. Do I live alone right now? No. My partner lives with me. We have a house that is both too big and too small. And by that I mean, like, we have a very large house that has way too much of other people's stuff in it. For a while, my father was living with us, and so he's got all of his, like, a lot of his stuff is still here. And then I've had several family members move or pass away in the last couple of years. So we've got a whole bunch of other people's stuff. Do I ever Yeah, I'm married. Almost 10 years now. That's what the wedding ring is. It'll be 10 years on Halloween. Is that surprising, Panda Girl? So, I mean, I've been collecting magic for nearly 30 years now. It'll be 30 years in June. I think June 6th, 1993 is when I started. Nice. What brought you into the game? For me, it just seemed really cool, and I really liked the art. I was at Dragon Con with a family member, and they were introducing the game to the world, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Actually got to meet Richard Garfield when that happened. I didn't know he was a big thing. Try to sing? Uh, we'll do a karaoke live stream some other time. I'm not exactly up for a karaoke live stream at the moment. I don't really want to subject anyone to that. A buddy showed you? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so when I first started playing, there was only one set. And then it rapidly grew into more. But magic cards were very hard to find at first. You used to buy from a distributor that sold damaged products for a markdown rate? Oh, that I was about to say, if you still know them, I could use a hookup on that. Um, yeah, I don't know of any distributors that do that locally. Um, I know Southern Hobby Supply is the big one around me, and they've been becoming less and less reliable over the years, from what I've been told by the guys that own the LGS I go to. Um, yeah. The problem with distribution also is I don't have a brick and mortar store. Like I don't own a brick and mortar store. So there's some interesting legal issues with doing that, at least in the United States. Um, the the distributor contracts require them to only sell to stores with a brick and mortar location, and if they sell to individuals directly, then they can get in some legal trouble with Wizards of the Coast. So I'm not sure how that would work out. Let's see. kind of cartoon did I watch when I was a kid? Ren and Stimpy was one of my favorites. Really enjoyed Rocko's Modern Life. Actually have that on DVD. I watched some anime because there wasn't a whole lot that had come over to the US. Ninja Turtles, Transformers, Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, stuff like that. A little bit of My Little Pony. Just Sailor Moon was one of the early animes that came over that I watched. Dragon Ball Z, what's another one? Although those are, it's just technically anime and not so much cartoons. Yeah, stuff like that. I was really Power Rangers, although not a cartoon, was super popular when I was a kid. Pokemon. I remember watching the first American episodes of Pokemon coming out or as they came out. Like that was pretty cool. I watched the Yu-Gi-Oh anime as it was coming out. That was a bit later though. I think I might have been a teenager at that point. It's a little hazy, to be honest. Yeah, there were a lot of really great cartoons when I was a kid. I mean, there's still a lot of great cartoons. And even now, I watch a fair bit of cartoons and anime. There's a fantastic anime on Netflix called Trece, which is from the Philippines, I believe. I think it's from the Philippines. I loved that show. Unfortunately, it only has one season. It's a little dark, but I really like it. I say it's a little dark, like that would be any kind of issue for me. I love dark shows. Yeah, so that needs to go there. Goes there. Goes there. Because that's going to overflow 2. Then we're going to have 2, and then 2 to fill, and then 2. Yep, that works. Have I ever copied the things I saw on TV shows? I mean, like when you're a kid playing pretend, like trying to do like kamehamehas and like backflips and stuff. Yeah, I think everyone does that. Everyone with an imagination, at least. Let's see. Those. But yeah, if you like dark anime, Trece is, oh, it's so good. Like, it's a little mature, but it's really good. So we've got that one down. How much time do the live have left? What time is it? It's currently 10:50 here. I can stream until 11:30. At 11:30, I've got to go and do some other stuff. Oh my god. 9 collector booster boxes for $400? That's insane. Bruh. What, so why is he not in the industry anymore? Like, I think I spent like $4,000 on Double Masters. And I didn't even get 9. I got 6 collector boxes. That's nuts. Did you get anything good out of them? Did you get anything good out of the collector's boxes? Or have you not opened them yet? Because if you haven't opened them yet, I will give you $600 for them. Get a tidy little $200 profit. I assume you mean 400 in total, not 400 each. Open 3 and got all your money back. Jeez, man. You still have 6? Well, if you're interested in almost 2, what did you pull, like 2 Imperial Seals or something? Or a couple of Force Wills, something like that? The first regular pack of Double Masters, I think it was the first regular pack, I pulled a foil Renin 6. It's okay, Bandit Girl. You can always you can learn. And that's another thing. Like I know almost nothing about Pokemon after Generation 2. Like Generation 1, I can literally tell you all 151 Pokemon off the top of my head. I have done it. That used to be a bar bet that I would do. For a long time, I was able to actually say them in Pokedex order. Because I am a giant nerd. But it is what it is. All right, I can get the giant box off the office bed. So if anyone comes to visit, they don't have to sleep on a bunch of boxes. Okay. I'm going to mute for a second to throw away these boxes and run to the restroom. Be back in less than a minute. All right. Got 7 Imperial Seals. No, a lot of your value came from the 7 Imperial Seals. How many Pokemon do I know? Probably about 400 of them, off the top of my head. It was less, like, I only remembered the first, first 302, or the first 252, until I started playing Pokemon Go. Yeah, like, I've got some Pokemon stuff. Apparently, I also own a copy of Zombie Kittens. So, ooh, actually need that as a reminder of when I bought that. Huh. Never mind. It's a receipt for something completely different. Oh yeah, so with high end stuff like that, you don't want to buy lists to an LGS. Like the Imperial Seals, I would have held for probably 3 or 4 months. But if your goal was to get the most value, um, you should have held the Imperial Seals for a couple of months, and then sold them either through TCG Player or eBay, and you would have gotten quite a bit more. I mean, if you don't know what you're gonna do with the other 6 boxes, like we can work out a deal. Because I would like to pick up more double masters. Yeah. So my partner loves Eevee. It is their favorite Pokemon, and the evolutions. So every time I see a box that has like Eevee on it, I'll pick them up. So like these from the 25th anniversary. You have a TCG shop, like a TCG player shop? All right, Panda Girl, you have a nice night. Best of luck with school tomorrow. Also, it's early morning for me here. It's like that's if I was, you know, streaming at 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon or in the evening, you I you would either be asleep or on your way to school, because that would be 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning for you. To answer your question from earlier. Yeah. Got a little set of original ones, Shining Fates Eevee box, and then the Radiant Eevee special thing that they did. Eventually I'll open these. Don't really do much in the way of Pokemon. I have no idea what they would, what would come out of them, because that's just not something that I stay current on. Yeah, I've got a bunch of old Pokemon too. Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to work something out for those, I should show off some MTG sealed. Okay, I can do that. I mean, most of the stuff isn't going to be super impressive as far as the boxes, because most of my cases are still in their shipping boxes. But I can show you some of my queue for collector's boxes that I need to open. So is this. I mean, 6 Double Masters collector's boxes. AFR, Kaldheim, 2 Theros, Infinity, Commander Legends, another Commander Legends, Zendikar Rising. That's just stuff. Those are all collector's boxes. Okay. Yeah, I've got 6. I'd love to have another 6. Like, that's just stuff that I've queued up for the channel that I need to open at some point. Then I've actually got a whole series of videos where I pull in some Secret Lair stuff. But let me pull my packing list so that you don't see my personal address. But let's see. This is either gonna make you laugh or possibly make you cry, depending. Oh, good Lord, that's heavy. Okay. I also collect playmats, but that's a slightly different kind of thing. Let's see. So those are all play sets of Secret Lairs, new ones. Yeah, I mean, we could do it. And then here's another set of play sets of Secret Lairs. Those are just the envelope ones. Here's another bunch of play sets of Secret Lairs. That's 17 DJ Scarab Gods. Yeah, that's probably somewhere around 15 grand of Secret Lairs. And that's not even a fourth of the Secret Lairs that I have. Oh. Yeah. Oh, let me move some stuff out of the way and I can show you a few more. Doing some Secret Lairs for collectors. It depends on which ones you're looking for. So some I buy more than 4 of, some I don't. Like, here's some more. Let's see, pictures of the floating world, pictures of the floating world foil, introducing Kaito Shizuki, introducing Kaito Shizuki foil, Little Walkers foil, Little Walkers regular, Artist Series Johannes Voss, and foil and regular. That's just what's on my desk to record for the upcoming Secret Lair Sunday. Yeah. We can link up on email. I don't have an official one for the channel yet, but I can make one today and post it on the contact page. But I do, I have a series called Secret Lair Sunday that I do every week, where I open a playset of the regular and foil edition. So that's the whole thing. Oh, yeah, there's a whole playlist for it on my channel. The playlist is called Secret Lair Sunday. Then there's another playlist that's Secret Lair Drops. Like I did a whole series for the 30th anniversary, the 30th anniversary countdown kits. One of them is really sad. Because my grandmother passed away during it. And I've got the regulars on the front and the foils on the back for the ones that I pulled. So I'm trying to get a playset of all the regulars and all the foils. I opened 5. Originally, I was just trying to get a playset of all the regular ones, and then I saw the foils, and I'm like, oh man, I wish I'd ordered more. And then I'm also collecting the 30th anniversary. These are my extras, and then I've got the Lotus Fields. But I'm also collecting the 30th anniversary play promos. I'm still missing one of the Sarah Angels. I've been trying just to trade for these or get them in events, but I'm not super tied up on that. And temples, and then I think that's everything that's released so far. Oh, I've got the the foil counterspell from Dominaria Reunited, or not Reunited, Dominaria Remastered. I need to pick up some more of those. But like I can flex on some other old promos too. Like if you have any bulk you don't know what to do with, I would be very interested to. Yeah, I mean, I end up with tons of bulk. The biggest challenge is getting through it. Pre-pandemic, I actually used to hire college students in the summer to help me sort my stuff. And I'm an individual collector. So that was always really funny. It's surprising how suspicious people get when you say, "Hey, I want to hire you to come to my house and sort a bunch of paper for me because I don't have the time." Like people get real suspicious when you say that. And then when they show up, if one of them shows up, they're like, what are you doing? And you just show them a field of magic cards. Like, oh, I thought you were a weirdo. Kind of thing. It's pretty funny. Like, here's something cool. These I've had for a while. I reused some sleeves, but arena counter spells. These aren't my Judge promo ones. I've got Judge promo ones too. But these are my favorite counter spells from back in the day. I've got a whole bunch of other really cool stuff for like Pauper and things like that. Like, there we go. One of the most expensive foil commons ever printed. Set foil Cabal Ritual from Torment. So, got a few of those. But they're all going into a fully blinged out Cycle Storm deck that I'm working on. I've got Blood Celebrant. That's worth a bit. Baron Moore. I've actually got foil Snuff Outs, original set foil that I need to find. I've got like Japanese 4th edition, Red Elemental Blasts. Then I'm working on another set of it that's just that's normal in English, or first printing English, and then I'm working on another set of the same deck. Like I'm gonna have 3 copies of the same deck, which is just dumb, but I want to do it. I want to have a set that's entirely Korean. So, and this is just a tiny fraction of my collection. But I've also been playing since 1993, so Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was my collection. So, what I'd really like to show off, but I'm not traveling, 3 hours to go get them, is I keep my vintage decks in a safety deposit box. That's insured because you kind of have to with how much vintage decks go for these days. But I've got a few sets of power that are all artist modified that are just gorgeous. So next time I make it out there, or the next time I know that I'm going to be going to a big vintage event, I'll take pictures of it. because they're really cool. I've also got a misprinted Mox Pearl from Unlimited. Like, they forgot to clean the print heads, and the whole thing is just smeared all to hell. And it's so cool. I've got a few slabs too, but I try not to collect slabs because they just get obnoxiously expensive. I prefer to collect oddities and misprints, especially misprints that are playable. Like at one point, I haven't looked at what I have at this point because I've sold some of it over the years, but at one point I had a complete set of Wyvern Back 4th edition. Like an entire playset of 4th edition with Wyvern backs instead of magic backs. So that was really cool. I'm pretty sure it was 4th edition. And I used to have some double-backed, where it was where the front was printed on the back. Some double-backed Fallen Empires. Used to have quite a bit of that. I mean, like, I like weird misprints. I had about a third of a sheet, or a third of the sheet of a misprint at one point. That was really cool. And that was where they had printed a set of, or they had printed, I think it was Arabian Nights, and then reused the sheet to print Antiquities. Like, they didn't realize that it had already been printed on. So it was a sheet of Antiquities printed over a sheet of Arabian Nights, and I'd collected about a third of the actual sheet as single cards. My goal was to put together the whole sheet, but eventually I realized that was never going to happen, and that people started wanting obscene amounts of money for them. So I started selling those off. I don't know if I even still have those. I might have one or two pieces. And like, I've got a bunch of Arabian Nights mountains, which is my favorite mountain of all time, where they accidentally replaced one of the slot 2 uncommons, because Arabian Nights didn't actually have rares. Had slot 1, 2, and 3 uncommons. But they accidentally replaced the slot 2 uncommon with a mountain, but it has the Arabian Night set symbol on it. And for about 15, 20 years, you could get them for like $20 a piece. Like, they were just the same price in every LGS. They were like, $20. So I would pick one every time I had a spare 20 and someone had one, I would pick it up. And I had like 150 of them at one point. So I think I've sold down to like we're just about 100, something like that at this point. They've gotten much more expensive because of Commander players. Like, I've got some Guru lands. I've got a couple of misprinted Guru lands, which those are really cool. How does that even happen? With the sheets, the way that happens is you stop a print run, and swap out to a new die for the print run or for a new offset die for the print run, and forget that you have a sheet that's still in the press, and then press it with the new die. It's a very, very, very rare thing to have happen, and it's generally when somebody's new, which is part of why they're so difficult to come by, because they don't happen very often. And when they do happen, they tend to get caught by quality assurance / quality control. I've got some beta misprints that a buddy of, and some alpha ones too, that a buddy of mine got dumpster diving at Cartamundi years and years and years ago. Because he lived really close to their production facility. Yeah. I love weird stuff like that. Like that's my favorite stuff in the world. I've got some super bad miscuts also. See, this is one that I pulled recently. It's a misaligned foil that's also bubbled. And it's because the foiling sheet had a wrinkle in it when they mated it to the cardstock. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see there's a bubble here, and then there's a line of bubbles that go across here. Maybe able to see it better here. But this bubble was so bad that the foiling actually lifted and never fully attached to the card. So that's a thing. That's actually a recent misprint. That one was from Dominaria United. But there's a bubble line that goes all the way up and down the card, and then there's a set of bubble streaks over here. I've got like ink splatters where they didn't fully clean the offset head, and it sprayed ink. A whole bunch of stuff like that. Then there's the Mythic Qualifier Arcbound Ravager that I got, where I qualified for Mythic Championships, for Mythic Championships, and didn't know it until like 2 years later. So, you've never opened a misprint? I think I've opened like 30 misprints this week. My complete edition bundle had like 15 misprints in it. Like ink smear misprints. Misprints have become so common in the last few years that I don't even really collect the newer ones. Here's one. This Opposition from Dominaria Remastered. Can you see how miscut it is? Come on, focus. Oh, come on. You're focused for a second. But it's you can see there's way more of the black edge on this side than this side. That's a miscut, and you can even verify it on the back of the card. Come on. I hate autofocus some days. It's much more pronounced in person, but like that used to be a major misprint when it was like that, when it would be like that. I've got a whole stack of foils of the I've got a whole set of foils from Dominaria Remastered where the blue and green retro frame foils have both a offset misalignment. So one of the color offsets is shifted, and where they misstruck the black offset. It's like on the green one, the cyan and red is misaligned, so everything looks like it's double printed in blue and red. And then on the blue ones, the black and cyan are misaligned, so it looks like everything has like a drop shadow on it. It's really funky, and there were so many of them. I didn't get any in my collector's boxes, which were from Belgium, but in my I think it was the collector. It was either I didn't get any in the collector's boxes, and I got a whole bunch in the draft boosters, or I didn't get any in the draft boosters, and I got a whole bunch in the collector's boxes. I can't really remember right this second. But the ones that were from Belgium didn't have the print errors, and like almost all of the blue retro frame foils from the US had them. Is it 11:30 already? Oh, I've got 2 minutes. Yeah, what it is I have to stop streaming at 11:30 because I have somewhere to be at 12, and I need to have time to change and get ready. Yes, I have to go in about 2 minutes. So we are going to finish the task at hand, which is knocking down these boxes. Otherwise, I will never do it, and they'll just sit here on my desk until the end of eternity. Yeah, the original intention of this stream was to finish the Cubamajigs and get the chat overlay working. Well, we finished the Cubamajigs. Still have not figured out what's going on with the chat overlay. I have a decent idea of what's going on with it. I think I'm pointing to the wrong URL for the chat. But it also seems like it's a dynamic URL based on the video ID. So I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that without having to figure out how to grab the URL every time I start a new stream. Like worst case, I can write a script to do it. But I haven't. No, you didn't distract me. You're fine. This is the whole point of the channel, to have fun, hang out, share awesome stuff with not just Magic, but card games, board games in general. But yeah, if you like pack opening, I have over 300 shorts at this point from opening individual packs, and as far as actual videos, let's see. How many days has it been since the beginning of November? At least 150 long form videos. So if you like watching stuff, there's a lot of it. I do ramble a little bit in some of the videos. But yeah, I do produce a long form video and 3 shorts every day. And that doesn't include the live streams. Which is this is actually just the 3rd live stream that I've done. So, all right. And with that, I'm going to wrap things up. Everyone have a fantastic day. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye. Oh, actually, for Du Bois, I need to give you an email address. I will put it in the channel description today. I will put one in the channel about today. Keep an eye out for that.